Every drifting technique explained. Today we'll be showing you exactly how every drifting technique works. Power oversteer. First technique, power oversteer. You can easily do it with a strong car. When you turn a corner quickly, you slam on the gas so hard that the back tires can't handle it and come loose. When you step on the gas, the back end comes out. Imagine putting a Formula Drift car with 1,000 horsepower into a turn and just punching it. Right away, move sideways. Your engine is making more torque than your rear tires can handle, so they just give up and start spinning. It's like trying to walk on ice while someone pushes you from behind. The beauty of power oversteer is its simplicity. No fancy footwork, no clutch tricks, no handbrake pulls. Just raw horsepower overwhelming rubber. You can modulate the drift angle with your right foot. More gas equals a wider slide, less gas tightens it up. It's like having a volume knob for chaos. If the surface is wet or has wide, sharp corners, this will work best. You can see it in those Gymkhana videos where cars do huge donuts in empty lots. Clutch kick. That's where the second move, the clutch kick, comes in. You quickly push the clutch in while the car is in gear, rev the engine, and then pop the clutch back out. This gives the back wheels a sudden shock which loses their grip in the middle of a corner. Think of it like giving your car a heart attack. You disconnect everything, rev the hell out of it, then bam, everything connects back together in a violent explosion of power. The rear wheels just can't handle that sudden jolt and they break free instantly. It's like getting punched in the face by your own engine. What makes clutch kick so sick is you can use it anywhere. Mid-drift and losing angle, quick clutch kick brings it back. Want to swing from left to right? Clutch kick makes it happen. It's like a cheat code for drifting. Works in almost any manual car, even your grandma's old Honda. It's like a short-term loss of power that throws off the car's balance. This is how professional drivers get back to or change their drift angle during runs. In competitions, this is often done when a driver starts to go straight and needs to turn around. They're back in the drift after a quick kick of the clutch. Handbrake drift. Third technique, the handbrake drift. This is likely what most people picture when they think of drifting. When you pull on the handbrake, the back wheels lock up and start to slide. You yank that lever and instantly the rear end kicks out like an angry horse. A lot of weight moves forward and the back swings out. Think of it like slamming on the brakes while riding a shopping cart. The front stops, but your body keeps going. Same thing happens to the car, the front grips, the back says, "See you later." The best part about handbrake drifts? They work at any speed. Crawling through a parking lot? Handbrake works. Flying down a mountain pass? Still works. It's the Swiss Army knife of drift techniques. This move saved countless movie scenes. Every Hollywood drift you've ever seen probably started with a handbrake yank. It just looks so good on camera. The feint, the Scandinavian flick. The fourth move is the feint, also known as the Scandinavian flick. This comes from rally racing. You steer away from the turn for a short time, and then quickly return to it. This makes the car slide by moving the weight from side to side. Let's say you want to turn right. First, you'd quickly flick the wheel right, then left. This change in weight helps the back end step out, which is helpful in cars with less power. In Initial D, the heroes use this move all the time to get around enemies on mountain passes. When done right, it's very dramatic. These 4 methods are just the basics. Professional drifters don't just use one method. They will put them together based on the corner, speed, and how the car is set up. But there's more advanced stuff out here. Stuff you won't find about drifting in any other video. I'm talking about moves even pros wrestle with. The manji. The fifth move, the manji. It's like a snake moving slowly down the road. On a straight stretch, it's a steady left-right-left drift. This is where drifting gets crazy. You're making a zigzag line with your car while the tires are smoking. It looks impossible but feels amazing when you get it right. A zigzag pattern is made when drivers quickly switch from one drift direction to the other. This move is hard as hell. You go from sliding left to sliding right without ever stopping the slide. It's like trying to balance on a tightrope while someone shakes it. To keep the car sliding without spinning, you need to be very good at timing and controlling the throttle. One mistake and you're either spinning out or going straight. The gas pedal controls everything. Too much and you spin, too little and you stop sliding. What makes manji so cool is how crowds react. People go nuts when they see it done right. It's pure showing off, like doing a backflip just because you can. It's not used very often in competition because it doesn't earn points, but when it's shown off, people go crazy when they see a perfect manji. Reverse entry, the scorpion tail. If you're really brave, you can try the reverse entry, which is also known as the scorpion tail. The 6th move on our list. This is the worst kind of drifting. The driver starts to drift at such a steep angle that it looks like the car is going backwards before it is caught. Inertial yaw is being pushed to its very limits by the physics here. The back axle almost passes the front one. This stuff is for shows and needs special angle kits that let the front wheels turn a lot farther than on a regular car. If you do it wrong, you'll hit the wall, or even worse, tandem drifting. Then there's tandem drifting, which is where most modern competitions happen. The seventh move. Two cars moving together, sometimes only a few inches apart. The lead car stays on the perfect line, and the chase car moves in sync with them. The Formula Drift Championships are based on these races between two cars. The chase driver has to stay close to the leader and follow its line and angle, as if you were dancing quickly with two partners who each have 1,000 horsepower. The best tandem runs make it look like a string connects the cars. Lift-off oversteer. The eighth technique is lift-off oversteer. This one is perfect for beginners who want to learn weight transfer basics. You approach a corner at a bit more speed than normal, then suddenly lift your foot off the gas pedal. When you do this, all the car's weight rushes to the front, making the back tires lose their grip. Think of it like suddenly stopping when you're running. Your body wants to keep going forward. The same thing happens to your car's weight. The rear end gets light and starts to slide out. This technique works best in rear-wheel drive cars with a limited slip differential. You don't need massive power or special equipment. It's all about timing and understanding how your car reacts when weight moves around. The key is to lift off the throttle smoothly but quickly, right as you're turning into the corner. Too aggressive and you might spin. Too gentle and nothing happens. Once the back starts sliding, you counter-steer and gently apply throttle to keep the drift going. Brake drift. Number 9 is the brake drift, also called foot brake entry. This technique uses your brake pedal to shift weight forward and break the rear tires loose. It's more aggressive than lift-off oversteer and gives you bigger angles. You approach the corner and start braking, but instead of releasing the brake completely, you keep light pressure on it while also pressing the gas. This sounds weird, but it works because you're balancing the two forces. Your car needs a rear-biased brake setup for this to work properly. That means the rear brakes grab a bit harder than the front ones when you press the pedal. Most drift cars have adjustable brake bias, so drivers can tune this. The tricky part is using both feet at the same time. Your right foot works the gas while your left foot handles the brake. It takes practice to coordinate both feet without making jerky movements. This technique is popular in competitions because it gives you control over your angle during the drift. More brake pressure means more angle, less brake pressure tightens up your line. Shift lock. The 10th move is shift lock, sometimes called gear kick. Instead of using the handbrake or clutch kick, you use your transmission to lock up the rear wheels. You downshift quickly and let the clutch out fast, which makes the engine suddenly slow down the rear wheels. This works because when you drop from 4th gear to 2nd gear, for example, the engine is suddenly trying to spin much slower than the wheels want to go. The wheels have to slow down fast, which breaks their grip on the road. You need a strong transmission and clutch to do this without breaking parts. The sudden shock of downshifting puts a lot of stress on your drivetrain. Professional drift cars have reinforced transmissions specifically for this kind of abuse. The timing is everything with shift lock. You have to downshift at exactly the right moment as you're entering the corner. Too early and you'll slow down too much. Too late and you won't get the slide started. This technique is great for tight hairpin turns where you need to scrub off speed and start drifting at the same time. Rally drivers use a similar technique on gravel roads. Left foot braking. Technique number 11 is called the left foot braking. This is an advanced move that takes serious practice to master. Most people use their right foot for both gas and brake, but in left foot braking you use your left foot on the brake while your right foot stays on the gas. This lets you press both pedals at the same time. The idea is to maintain engine power to keep the wheels spinning while using the brake to adjust your angle. It's like having a volume control for your drift angle. More brake gives you more angle, less brake tightens your line. Your car needs adjustable brake bias for this to work well. You want the rear brakes to be more sensitive so they lock up easier when you press the brake pedal lightly. This technique shines in long drift sections where you need to make small adjustments without upsetting the car's balance. Instead of lifting off the gas and losing momentum, you just tap the brake with your left foot. Professional tandem drifters love this technique because it gives them precise control when following another car. They can match the lead car's exact line and angle by making tiny brake adjustments. The T-loop. The 12th technique is the T-loop. This is show-off territory and definitely not for beginners. You approach a hairpin turn, start a normal drift, but instead of exiting the corner, you keep going until you've turned 180 degrees. Then, using that momentum, you immediately start drifting in the opposite direction. The result looks like you drew a T-shape with your car's path. First you drift one way, then you flip it and drift the other way, all in one smooth motion. This move requires perfect timing and car control. You have to manage the transition between the two drifts without losing momentum or spinning out. Many drivers try this and end up facing the wrong direction or sliding into a wall. Your car needs to be set up with very responsive steering and consistent power delivery. The limited slip differential has to work perfectly to put power down during both drifts. You'll see T-loops at drift exhibitions and competitions sometimes. When a driver pulls off a clean one, the crowd goes absolutely wild. It's one of those moves that looks impossible until you see it done right. Rally slides. The final technique comes from rally racing, called rally slides. This technique works best on loose surfaces like gravel, dirt, or even snow. Instead of the smooth asphalt drifting we usually see, rally slides happen at higher speeds on surfaces where traction is already limited. You approach the corner carrying a lot of speed, then use a combination of handbrake, throttle, and brake to slide through the turn. The loose surface means you don't need as much power to break traction, but you need more skill to control it. Rally drivers use this to maintain speed through corners on stages where slowing down costs valuable time. The car is always slightly sideways, using the slide to change direction efficiently. The key difference from normal drifting is that you're not trying to hold a perfect angle. You're using the slide as a tool to get around the corner as fast as possible. Sometimes the car is barely sliding, sometimes it's fully sideways. Your car setup needs to handle the rough surfaces, higher ground clearance, softer suspension, and tires that can grip on loose material. All-wheel drive cars can use this technique too by locking the center differential. Rally slides teach you how to adapt your drifting skills to different surfaces and conditions. It's a valuable skill that makes you a more complete driver. Now you know what drifters are doing the next time you see a car sliding sideways in a cloud of tire smoke. Leave a comment if you've ever tried drifting. Also, don't be mean if you've never felt the rush of adrenaline that comes from a perfect slide. We'll see you next time.